In the last class, we discussed about the spinning of cocoon and processing of cocoon. In this class, we will start with the last topic of the sericulture unit, that is diseases of silkworms. So, what are the different diseases we see in case of the silkworms, and what are the causative organisms, and what are the symptoms we observe while rearing the silkworms? So there are five different diseases we see in case of the silkworms. Those are pebrine, fletchery, muscardine, maggot disease, and a grassery. So the first one, that is disease pebrine, and this is a disease caused by the protozoan, that is Nosema bombycis. So these organism, it will cause a disease in a silkworm, that is pebrine. And what are the symptoms we see in case of the silkworm? Those are caterpillars turn brown and die, and this is the most serious disease in the silkworms. Then fletchery, it is one of the infectious disease in the silkworms, and it is caused by the virus and the bacteria. Then the symptoms infect gut cells, and caterpillars become inactive and suffer from diarrhea. So these are the symptoms caused by these virus and bacteria. And the third disease, that is muscardine, that is in commonly called as a calcino. The causative organism, that is fungus. So the fungus cause a disease muscardine, and the symptoms the calcification and hardening to the caterpillars. The fourth one, that is maggot disease. Causative organism Tricholiga species, that is a fly, and the symptoms maggots of the fly devour caterpillar tissues. Then fifth disease, that is grassery, and it is caused by the organism, that is virus. And the symptoms we see in the grassery, that is caterpillars inactive and edema and loss of appetite. So these are the five diseases we see in case of the silkworms, and these are the causative organisms and their symptoms. So in detail we'll study about these diseases. The first one, that is pebrine. It is observed during rainy and winter season, and it is caused by a protozoa called Nosema bombycis. So this is a disease which we see mainly during the rainy and the winter season. And these disease pebrine, it is caused by the one of the protozoan, that is Nosema bombycis. Nosema bombycis. And the symptoms: silkworm larvae lose appetite, unequal in size and retard in growth, molt irregularly, and the dead larvae turn black in color on the surface of the body. ಸೊ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ವಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೆಬ್ರಿನ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದ ಲಾರ್ವೆ ಲೂಸಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಪೆಟೈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಫೀಡಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಅ unequal size in the body, and the growth become stunted or retarded. Then the molting process becomes irregular. So when we see these symptoms, then we have to consider it as a pebrine disease, and the larvae, it turns brown to black color. So when we see the larvae in these condition, then we have to consider it as a pebrine disease. If the larvae attacked by the pebrine, it loses its appetite and it stops feeding, and the growth becomes retarded, and it molt irregularly, and the color of the larvae turn to brown in color. So this is the pebrine disease caused in an silkworm. The body become brown in color. And the control measures. What are the control measures we have to take when the silkworm get affected by the pebrine? By disinfecting the rearing room equipments and rearing surroundings with the 2% formalin. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಿಯರಿಂಗ್ process we have to disinfect the room and clearing appliances, and we have to clean the rearing bed oftenly so that we can avoid the spread of these diseases. So the disinfection or hygienic maintaining of the hygienic condition is most necessary and most crucial in the rearing of a silkworm. By in disinfecting the rearing room equipments and rearing surroundings with 2% formalin during so we have to disinfect the room with the 2% formalin. Then during rearing, unequal size worms and fecal matter should be microscopically examined for the presence of the pebrine spores, and if observed, larvae, cocoons or laying should be collected and burnt or buried. ಸೊ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ರಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಆಫನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ವಾಮು ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಇಫ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಫೀಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರು ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪೆಬ್ರಿನ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾವಾ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ spreading of the diseases can be prevented by the proper examination. So if we found any such larvae, then we have to collect those larvae or cocoons and we have to burn them so that we can cut the spread of these diseases to the other silkworms. Then sterilization of a egg surface with a 2% formalin for 5 minutes. So before starting the rearing process, we have to sterilize the egg surface with the 2% formalin so that we can avoid the spread of these diseases in a future age, or during the rearing process we can avoid the spread of these disease, so that in this way we can control the spread of the disease. So when the silkworm is attacked by the protozoan, then it will cause a disease that is pebrine. Then the larva or a caterpillar look somewhat brown in color. Then the second disease, that is Flachery. The syndrome or a disease associated with the bacterial disease or a viral disease. So the causative organism of the disease Flachery is mainly by the bacteria or a virus, and it occurs in all seasons of the year but occurs mostly during the rainy season. Symptoms: infected silkworm become motionless and lethargic. Infected larvae stops feeding, become weak and retarded growth. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಫ್ಲಾಚರಿ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಬಂದದಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಟರ್ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಲೆಥಾರ್ಜಿಕ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಫೀಡಿಂಗ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ disease, that is Flachery. So the fecal matter or excreta is like a chain lake, fail to settle for molt and starts vomiting and releasing contaminated body fluids, and larvae on death putrefy on the rearing bed and start emitting foul smell. So ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ vomiting and releasing the contaminated fluid, then we have to think it is caused by the bacteria or a viral. So these caterpillars on the death bed or a rearing bed, it will get putrefy, ಕೊಳಿಯೋಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ. ಕೊಳೆತ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ emitting a foul smell, so that we'll get to know that these larva or a caterpillar, it is caused by the Fletchery disease. Then the control measures: the disinfection of the rearing room and appliances with 2% formalin, use of disease free quality seeds. So before rearing the, or before starting the rearing process, we have to select the disease free seeds or a disease free eggs. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಚಲೋ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸೀಡ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಇರುವಂಥವನ್ನ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ದ diseases, or we can prevent the spread of the diseases. Then if we find any the sluggish or irregular molters or the disease worms, we have to destroy completely, so that we can completely stop the spread of these diseases. Then avoid injury to the worms and overcrowding of the trays. So while cleaning the beds or by giving the food, we should not harm the worms, we should not make injury to the worms. If we make any injury, they are susceptible to the diseases. So we have to avoid the injury to the worms, and we have to maintain the separate trays. We should not overcrowd the worms in a trays. If we overcrowd these worms in the trays, they may easily attacked by these diseases. Then apply antibiotics like streptomycin or tetracycline. So these are the two antibiotics we can apply in order to maintain the disease free worms. So if the organism is attacked by the Fletchery, then organism looks like this. ಸೊ ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಂದರೆ ಈಸಿಲಿ ವಾಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ, ಡಯರಿಯಾ ಬರುತ್ತಾ, ಮತ್ತು ವಾಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೋಷನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಫೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ದಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎನ್ ಅ ಲಾರ್ವೆ, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಲೆಚೆರಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಮಿಟಿಂಗ್. ದೆನ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡಿನ್. So most common dreadful disease caused by a Bavaria buccinia. It is a fungal disease. The fungal causative agent is fungus. So it causes a disease that is muscardine. It occurs during rainy season and a winter season. So ಈ ಒಂದು muscardine disease ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತಂದರೆ we mainly observe in the during the rainy season and the ವಿಂಟರ್ ಸೀಸನ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ಏನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡಿನ ಎದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇವು ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಲೋ ಇತ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಟಿ ಲೋ ಇತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಲೋ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ದ silkworms, they are easily get attacked by these fungus. So we have to maintain the room temperature. ವಿಂಟರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಚಳಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರೂಮ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರು ಲೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ these silkworms, they may easily get attacked by these fungal, that is Bavaria buccinia. Then the symptoms: deceased larvae lost their appetite and become inactive. During late stages, the body becomes harder, brittle, and mummifies, covered with a white encrustation or a white coating ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ವೈಟ್ ಚಾಕ್ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡಿನ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಫಂಗಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಬವೇರಿಯಾ ಬುಸಿನಿಯಾ, ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಡರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಲ್. ಸೊ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಮ್ಮಿಫೈ ಆದಂಗೆ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಈಸ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಂ ಕೋಟ್. So these are the symptoms we see in case of the muscardine. And the control measures, this, that is disinfection with the formalin and dusting of slaked lime in rearing bed to maintain humidity during the molting period. So during the molting period we have to spread the slaked lime on the rearing bed so that we can maintain the humidity. So if we maintain the humidity, then the diseases caused by the fungal can be prevented. Then the collection and destruction of alternate hosts. So if we found such larvae in the rearing bed, we have to collect them and have to destroy because of the further spreading of the disease. So this is the muscardine disease in a silkworm. So the body become harder and brittle because of the encrustation by the calcium. So they become harder and brittle. Then the fourth one, that is grassery. So nuclear polyhydrosis, commonly known as a grassery, caused by a baculovirus. So grassery, it is a mainly caused by the causative agent, that is virus. This is found throughout the year but predominant during rainy summer months of the year. Then the symptoms, the larva becomes sluggish with swollen intersegmental regions, integuments become fragile and rupture easily. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಲಗ್ಗಿಶ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವೋಲನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ ಆ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ವಿ ಸಿ ಅ swollen at the intersegmental regions, and these integmental or integuments or intersegmental regions of the integuments, they become rupture easily. Then the body tissue become turbid white. So if the silkworm is caused by the virus, then they become somewhat white in color. Then the loss of appetite. So these are the symptoms we see in case of the silkworms if they are caused by the grassery disease. Then the control measure, the sun drying of our rearing appliances for 1 to 2 days. Then ensure proper ventilation and air circulation. Then collect the infected larvae and have to burn them. So these are the control measures we have to take during the grassery diseases. Then the fifth one, that is maggot disease. The maggot disease is nothing but it is caused mainly by the flies, that is Tricholiga species. Then the symptoms we see in the maggot disease, those are maggots of the fly devour the caterpillar tissues. So these flies, they harm the tissues of the caterpillar. Then the control measures, those are the disinfection of the rearing room and the appliances and the killing of the diseased caterpillars. So these are the control measures we have to take during the maggot disease. So up to now we studied about the 5 different diseases found in a silkworms. Those are pebrine, fletchery, muscardine, maggot, then the grassery. So these are the 5 types of diseases and the causative organisms. Those are protozoan, Nosemia bombycis, virus and bacteria, fungus, Tricholiga and the virus. And these are the different symptoms and the control measures. So up to now we studied about the diseases of a silkworm. Thank you.